What's up, everybody? Welcome to my channel. Thank you to all the subscribers and everybody who watches the videos and who learns something and who enjoys the content. Also, if you haven't subscribed, subscribe down below, hit the notification, do all that good stuff. Today we're going to be talking about broken pelvises, and for people who are new to having a broken pelvis, some of the things to expect and some of the things to help you deal with pain, and just some tips on living with a broken pelvis. And also, if you already have a broken pelvis and you just want to learn some new things, or maybe just get some new insight or new tricks of the trade. So first off, so of course I have a broken pelvis. I broke my pelvis in the front on a gas tank. If you guys are familiar with my story, you know I broke my pelvis on a motorcycle gas tank. So and if you're not familiar with my story, you can go watch my story video. Should be in my trailer, but it's probably somewhere on my channel. You can go check it out if you want. Now, let's see. First things first, I think atmosphere matters for a lot of people. If you live in a cold area and you break your pelvis, you might have some trouble or some irritation or some discomfort when it comes to being cold. So I would tell you to, even if you're in a warm climate, or if you live in a state that's really cold. I live in Vegas, so in the winter right now it gets really cold. But me personally, I don't have much irritation when it comes to cold weather. But if you are somebody who does some things you can do to soothe the cold or the irritation that you get, as invest in a heat pad. And I'll put some heat pads down below so you guys can check out some heating pads. Also, airports. If you're like me and you travel a lot, or you've traveled a lot after your accident, and if you're in a wheelchair due to the broken pelvis, going through the airports won't be fun. It's never fun being in an airport. Number one. Number two, long flight. Don't drink, don't eat, because if you can't walk, chances are you're probably not going to be able to get up and go to the bathroom. That's probably not going to happen. So just be cautious of that. And if you are in a wheelchair and you have a broken pelvis, always pre-plan everything. If you plan to go out, or if you even plan to go to events, sometimes at like baseball games, basketball, football, that kind of thing, the seating is not so great in a lot of those places. So, and a lot of times, if you find yourself in discomfort with sitting for a long period of time after you have a broken pelvis, whether you're in a wheelchair or just in regular life, always keep you a nice thick medical pad with you, because some of these events, the seats are not there's no cushion on these seats in these event spaces. They don't pre-plan for that. Some places might give you pads, but the best ones to use is your own medical one, because you can get a really nice high-end one. And I'll see if Amazon has any. If they do, I'll put some ones down below, ones that I think that might be good for you to have if you don't have one. They're always good to keep in your trunk anyway. Also, twisting. People always ask me about twisting and turning. Now, with twisting and bending a whole lot, you will experience some discomfort. For you that are new to this, just try not to twist hard. If you work out a lot, if you stretch a lot, make sure you know your limit and don't overdo it. But you will get some irritation from stretching and bending. And never hang your legs off of stuff. As far as sleeping or sitting, don't turn over on your side and hang your leg off. You will regret that. It really hurts the groin when you do that. If you have a broken pelvis in the front, or just a broken pelvis period, it will hurt. So try not to do that. Another big question I get is sleeping. Now, everybody is different, in everyday life. Also, everybody is different when it comes to sleep habits and patterns. So you just kind of have to do trial and error. I recommend a lot of pillows. If you find yourself sleeping on a flat surface or a futon or something, try mixing that up, or bed, or, and learn your, hard versus firm or soft mattress. Also, sometimes it helps to sleep with your leg up versus it down. It just depends. Like I said, everybody's different. So you just kind of have to listen to your body and, try different things. But definitely a lot of pillows. And they even have special pillows you can use that you can sleep with, are like sleeping aids, and you can use. And sometimes that makes it easier to lay on your side. So I'll try to see if they have any sleep aid pillows. I'll put those down below as well for you guys. Also, always, even when you break a bone or after you break a bone, always work out, stretching and yoga. Yoga and stretching will be your best friends. Working out also, it will help you tremendously when you have a broken bone, or especially a broken pelvis. Another big question I always get is sex and having a broken pelvis. People are always curious about what can they do after. The best advice I could give you is strengthen your core. Don't have sex immediately after, I mean, everybody's different, but I would recommend you not to. I tried and it hurts. So, strengthen your core first, and workout will be your best friend. And don't immediately do it right after, or, give it time, give it 6, 8 months, give or take, just depending on the body. Give it those two things. Also, working out is going to be your best friend. And also, I would recommend you the way that you plan or think that you might be having sex, strengthen those areas and work out that kind of way. And what I mean by that is the motions you think you're going to be doing, prepare for that. Strengthen those patterns that you're going to think you're going to use, or those ways that you're going to do it. Strengthen that. So if you find that you like certain positions or something, strengthen that way. It'll help you out tremendously if you learn to strengthen things before you actually get to the point of doing something. And don't be surprised by a lot of popping. If you break your pelvis in the middle of, if you break your pelvis in the middle of your body, like I did, basically like right in the middle of your pelvis, and they put a plate right there, you're probably going to pop a lot. Me personally, I do pop a lot. If I get up and sit down, my pelvis pops. I don't think it's anything to really be alarmed about, unless it pops and you feel something like go wrong, or you feel like that was too loud, or it felt really weird to you. Then you can, seek your medical attention. But just popping, everyday normal kind of stuff, it's going to happen. I think it's going to continuously happen. Ever since I've had my plates and my surgery, I pop all the time, especially a lot, maybe a year or two later, you still want to pop. So I currently still do have, popping in my pelvis. And nothing too crazy, it just pops. Sometimes you are in a position so long and you kind of get, stuck a little bit, so it's going to probably pop. So don't be super alarmed about it. But unless you feel something, go wrong, then of course, then you panic. But I doubt that anything will happen. And then just in general, just discomfort. Having a broken pelvis changes your life, and it changes the way you do things and and the things you can tolerate, for a long period of time. So always remember, you're going to be in discomfort, forever. So it's just one of those things. It's a really, bad injury to have. Some people get their hardware removed. That's something to talk up to your doctor about. But me personally, I'm probably the area I broke my pelvis, so it'll probably stay forever. So you just have to know, your limits on everything. Exercise, stretch, yoga. Those will be your best friends, and strengthening your core will be key for you when you have a broken pelvis. Just in general overall health, pain in your groin area. So this will happen simultaneously. For me, it happens, but some people, it's more or less. But you probably will experience a lot of discomfort in those areas, just because of the broken pelvis. But having a broken pelvis is one of the worst things you can probably have, and it's a really odd place to have a break. You will have a lot of growing pain in your growing area. So the best thing you can do for that is invest in a heat pad. Like I said, I'll put the heat pads down below. And that's pretty much all there is for broken pelvises and what to expect. So if you're new to this, or if you have other questions, ask me down below. And if you if you're already a part of the broken pelvis community, then if you have any questions, or there's certain things you want me to talk about, just leave it down below in the comments. And that's all for today. Peace.